Welcome back to The Elegant Life this week. My name is Erin Kurt and I am a spiritual teacher and spiritual life coach. Make sure you're subscribed and get ready to learn how to make your intentions more easily come true. This is the follow-on video from last week's video. If you didn't see last week's video, I will put the link below. I really suggest you watch that one first because there is some foundational information that you need to learn about intentions. This week simply goes on and tells you how to really ensure that your intentions start taking form and become your reality instead of just going back to old programs, not working, and leave you in total frustration, okay? So again, I'll put that link below. Now, for those of you that saw last week, let's get into the nitty-gritty. You do not, hear me when I say this, do not need to work hard to make these intentions come true. That means in your job, in your business, in your relationships, in your movement, I call it movement, some people use the word exercise. In your eating, you do not have to do hard diets. No. The way the universe works is through simplicity, ease, and elegance. That is what I completely teach in The Elegant Life because it is based on all of the spiritual and physical laws of the universe. Anybody saying that it has to be hard, they don't know, they don't understand. It's only hard when you don't have the information. When you're connected to a channel like this or other spiritual teachers, they will tell you it's not hard, it's simple. Now, what do? One of the first things you need to do is to work on clearing those trapped emotions that are inside of you that are at a lower frequency and they're bringing you down. You know how you get in the room with someone and they call them a Debbie Downer because every time you're with them, you kind of feel like this? If someone has enough negative programs running in them, their magnetism is really magnetizing a very low frequency. And it's really interesting. You will feel it immediately, okay? And you feel it on the other side when someone is truly at peace and happy. You will feel that as well, and you want to be around them. You enjoy being around them. So this is how things work. So if you have these negative programs running within you, even when you say a positive intention, there might be one inside of you that is a counteracting one. So you constantly feel like you take one step forward and two steps back. Can anybody relate to that? The reason why is because you've got these, and that is why people come to me to get these things cleared. It can happen like this. You say an intention and there's nothing counteracting it. And so that the way the law works is it just starts working to create it. Now, not all the times is it instant. I talked about that last time. Sometimes you have to be a bit patient for the universe to orchestrate things. Things have to happen. Certain circumstances or conditions, the universe will make it right. So your job is to sit back in trust and faith with a knowingness that it's doing its thing. As long as you stay out of the picture, you stay back in the neutral state. In a lot of my videos now, you've been hearing me and seeing me lean back. Don't be in the situation where all the negative emotions are and all the programs are. Step back, see it there, and then just get into your neutral state. Another beautiful thing to do is to get back in that neutral state. Again, if you don't know how to get into the neutral state, watch a couple of videos ago. I'll put a link below to that video as well. You get into a neutral state so that you are not interfering with what the universe is trying to do for you. Now, what do you do while you're staying neutral? You really focus your attention on staying as neutral as you can, as high vibe as you can. So what do? You eat high vibe foods. You surround your environment with a clean, organized environment. You diffuse high frequency essential oils. You meditate. Meditation is one of the best ways of creating that inner state, magnetizing this, and just being at a frequency that is attuned to the positive outcome that you want. You have to be attuned to it. And that time period that it takes you to become attuned to it and for the conditions to be right is up to you. Are you going to create the right environment, the right auric field? The right auric field is at the right vibration. Or are you going to just lower it and fight it? By you meditating on a consistent basis, you are attuning to the neutral vibration that is the divine. We call the divine 0 point energy. It's neutral. So by you meditating, you're magnetizing yourself and you become a magnet. Have you ever heard that? You become a magnet to that which you desire because you are attuned to the high frequency of it. Anything positive that you want has a high frequency. It's up to you to make sure that you're a match. Sometimes things will happen in your life, experiences that will help prepare you to have a learning, and the learning of which will allow you to be attuned. You know, I always say that about 7, 8 years ago, I had one of the most profound experiences in my life that instantaneously raised my vibration to one of 0 point energy. So I know what that state is, and I can come back to it very easily if I'm off, okay? But how did I get that? Through one of the darkest periods in my life. I was such in a deep, dark place. Utter hopelessness, no joy. The world was quiet. It wasn't neutral. It was a sad quiet, a depressed quiet, a hopeless quiet, no joy, and a whole lot of resentment and anger in that depression. It took me getting so low to be able to do something in my life, to go away to a 6-day spiritual retreat where I had a technique that brought me to that neutral state, to have that learning. If you're going through something, go through it with the help of someone, because with the help of someone, you can more easily and quickly get the lessons and the learnings that you're meant to get so that you get to that attuned vibration of that which you desire, okay? If you have a mentor, a coach of any type, no matter what aim it is in your life, you will always get there faster. You can teach yourself to play piano, or you can get a piano teacher, right? You can learn how to invest your money, or you can get someone to just quickly teach you the best steps on how to invest your money. If you're not able to work with me or another coach or another mentor right now due to certain circumstances, I would highly recommend you start your journey with going through the Art of Living Elegantly. This is a foundational course that I have that prepares you, gives you the knowledge, and gives you practice of putting these techniques into your everyday life. And if you've gone through the Art of Living Elegantly, you are now, if you've been watching me for a year, you're now at a different level. So I would go back through the Art of Living Elegantly because it will raise you up even more. And at the end of the Art of Living Elegantly program, you can go on to the next elevated state and learn the elegant clearing process, which is a process I teach, which you can start clearing your own blocks. So here's my gift to you. You gotta surrender. You gotta take yourself out of the picture. Be that neutral state. Meditate. Do things that make you feel joyful, which puts you in that high state as well. And work on clearing everything you can that would stop you or put a little detour or a pause in these particles that are trying so hard to move to create your reality that you want, but you're putting them on pause or you're creating a detour based on these emotional blocks, okay? If you do those things and you start putting out intentions, you will see more and more and more them coming true. And with them coming true more and more and more, it will build your faith muscle that this stuff that everybody's talking about is actually true. And it's not just limited to a few people. This is the law of the way the universe works. The only problem is that I've been in the way, and now I know how to get out of the way. On that note, I wish you a very, very elegant week. Put these practices into practice, and we'll see you next week.